Good morning, my fellow YouTuber. Today is May the 15th, 2022, Sunday morning, 10 o'clock. In Australia countryside, Arab town, I'm at home in my normal Sunday situation, like clothes and just normal days. But instead of doing my gardening update, I want to talk about language study because it will be our Australia winter time, so therefore winter time is normally is not the gardening time, just maintenance of the garden. So therefore I want to start my first video about language study, which is my channel's about language and study and records for my own record, and also to share with you guys if it can help, So let's talk about why I want to pick Spanish this time around. It's about 2 years ago when COVID started in 2020. So we have quite a bit of time at home, and at that time, we could have some extra time other than my full-time job teaching Chinese in a country town school. So therefore I thought I want to self-taught myself French from very beginning. I know nothing about it. I never been to French. I haven't been to Spanish either, or Spanish speaking country like Latin American, Mexico, Argentina, all these places. So I will be very much just stay at home by watching YouTubes and reading notes, listen to podcasts and self-study. And I don't have any tutor or people to speak with, because in country town, I'm the only Chinese teacher, to be honest, and very other southern other ethnic group living in this town. So I don't have anyone to practice French or Spanish or Japanese or Italian or German down the road. Okay, but anything can do with modern technology, internet and iPhones, iPods and computer and books and dictionary and your willingness to study. So I want to today to record my Spanish, because French I already self-study for 1 year, so it's not from scratch. But Spanish, it is definitely zero, hopefully, to hero. So why I want to study Spanish, and because after 1 year with French, I have a pretty good feeling about how the language flow. But because I don't have any tutor, any person to practice speaking with, so therefore French is, in terms of speaking and conversation and listening, not the best. But in terms of reading and writing, probably I'm better than that in those two areas. And understanding is the best, because I all about comprehensive input. So understanding is very important. So I can't do, I don't want to record French at the moment, because you kind of a little bit burn out in terms of studying. So I was study French for 1 year, then I do gardening for 1 year, and now this year in my 55th birthday coming up, I want to start Spanish, and I'm going to YouTubing about this study journey. But I only want to maintain once a month updating, because if too much, it will take about the time of my study. And also I just use my iPhone. At the moment I'm iPhone 10. I'm just use straight recording, no editing, no background, just nothing, just purely straightforward recording. I find this is the best for me. Just like as my garden channel recording once a month, because if it's too hard and too much work, on top of my full-time job, my gardening, and I need to go back to Melbourne with my family and friends, and also study mainly. I don't want to take away too much time from my study to do the video. So my video is very raw. It's no editing, it's no filtering, it's no special setup or anything about it. So I apologize if it's I just rambling around, talking too much. It's not much information into the program. You can just leave. You don't have to follow me. But if you're interested in the long run, how am I going about in terms of my French or Spanish this time, and in the future it may be French and also Japanese, or down the road will be Italian, German. Sky is the limit. So I will slowly add on more of those language study. And also I want to use this channel to help anyone want to study Chinese and English, because I was struggle a long time to learn English. And so because Cantonese and Chinese Mandarin is my mother tongue, I was really struggle for a long time to learn English. So I want to help people to learn Chinese, Cantonese, English. In the future down the road will be French, Spanish, and Japanese. All these language, just to share and help. And you are welcome to leave comments and follow, subscribe, or just to like of my channel. So without further ado, I will start why I picked Spanish, because Spanish is very popular and is other than English, is one of the most spoken language in many countries. And another good things for self-study is there is a lot of resources online with English and with Chinese as well. So I can learn Spanish, use Chinese, I can learn Spanish, use English. But this YouTube channel, I will speak mostly in English. I can speak in Chinese as well. It depends on how I go about on that day. If I feel like I will be better explaining my points in Chinese, I speak in Chinese. If I feel I can explain my point in English, I will speak in English. So it's up to the day of my situation. So I want to do this to do research as a research and educational purpose for myself. I'm all about science, because I have science background, even I don't teach and I don't use that much, but incorporate into my genes or my habit. So I like to see, I want to learn something and I wanted to put it into practice, and therefore and also I would like to keep track, and I want to experiment with different things. So to find out the best way, because as you know, I'm not a baby, and so I can learn as adults with faster. But also I will learn it in a baby way, because baby usually when they will listen for the first year, 365 days, and they have their mom to just bubbling around. All they do is eat, sleep, and listen. So they will listen for one whole year. That's why even I'm not speaking that much French, but I was listening for a whole year. Okay, so I'm going to do how and what to do in my study plan. So I will, since I already have the experiment on French, so I know a little bit better. So I will be following some online course, mainly is Education X, which is by Harvard and MIT. It's free online course. I already looked at it. If you want a certificate, you can pay for it, but it's very, very cheap. So that will be one of the proof of how I go about study and what's my level up to and the effort. I like to have proof because being a scientist as myself, I like evidence. So same as this YouTubing, it will be part of the evidence of my study. Another thing, thanks to the YouTube, I can follow some of the Chinese study French course online, uploaded by like-minded people. I'm not sure about is it copyright legal, but anyway, I will be put down the description and the link into my this video. Okay, so things I'm not because I'm not editing, so you can't find anything on the screen, but you will find, and after the video you can find any extra information I will be put in the description down below. So, and if it's reasonable, if it's okay, probably I will try iTalki teacher because I couldn't find any local people to practice speaking with. And also my preference is reading and writing. This is my habit of studying, but for some people they will prefer speaking and listening only. But for me, I'm a book person, so I like to read, I like to write, and I like to watch YouTube because Chinese is a visual language. So we born with a visual hobby or habit of learning the language with looking at the character and write the character. And then speaking, listening is in daily life when I'm in China. So I will go with what I'm good at, and just like Asian or Chinese people love to read rice, I will keep to my learning hobby or habit, go about viewing, reading and writing instead of speaking and listening. I will do that, but that won't be my judgment or my level of language proficient. Use that kind of like checking points. Okay, so how about my daily routine? So I'm early person, so I will wake up about 5 o'clock, and I will be when I'm doing gardening the last years, or when I'm doing French the year before 2020, I will wake up and I will check some of my social media like Hello Talk, like WeChat, or YouTube, this year start, and I will check any of the new updates relevant to my study, my preferences, so I will check that, and then after that I will watch quite a bit of YouTube in the language French, or last year this is gardening and this year will be Spanish, so I will watch that. So it's about 1.5 hours, and I will be have shower, get ready, and I'm walk to walk. So that will be take me 20 minutes from my house to school. So during the walk, it depends, not every day, but most of the day I will listen to podcasts. At the moment, I will listen to Coffee Break Spanish podcast, and I will listen to songs. So I will rotate. Sometimes I listen to podcasts, sometimes I will listen to songs to have that feeling of the language, the flow of the language. So that is about listening, and I was speaking around, but not always, because it looks funny, and also sometimes after a while I will start to think about something else, like things to do with my life, with my teaching, so I will be sidetracked, but it will run as a background. And how long? At the moment, I plan to give this whole winter, so June, July, August, 3 months intense Spanish study, and then after that, I don't know, because my daughter study Japanese, so I want to also pick up Japanese as well to just encouraging her, or to do it together with her. And also I'm planning to probably visit Japan, Korean, Singapore, those places very soon. Unfortunately, I was going back to China 2019 last time. So 2020, 2021, 2022, I wasn't able to go back to China due to the quarantine and all the stuffing around. I don't want to. So I'm thinking to go to Japan or Korean to just visit instead of China. I usually go back to China every year to visit my parents when he's still alive and when they need help. But unfortunately, my mom passed away 11 years ago. My dad passed away last year. So I'm no longer having obligation to go back to China. And basically I'm an orphan in that sense. But this is life. So you send away your grandparents, then you send away your parents, and then you send away your same age friends or colleagues or acquaintance, and then very soon you need to face your own death. So it's okay. I fully accept that, and I think this is life or cycle. Just as gardening, there's season to do stuff, season to grow, season to pass, but the life circle goes on. So and also be patient and enjoy the process. I pretty much relax about my language progress, either in French or Spanish or very soon Japanese, because I'm not doing this for the purpose of anything. I'm doing it because I like it. I'm doing it because I can and I want to, and I don't have to rush to it, because if you rush to it, if you achieve your goal, what's next? So why rush it? Enjoy the process. But I also know myself, I normally only like to do something to the, to a proficiency or to a level of understanding and fluency, then I will stop. That normally will take 2 years. So let's talk about my habit. So I will give myself 2 years in, for example, in 2010, I do yoga for 2 years, then I go Zumba for 2 years, then I go do what do I do? Do running marathon for 2 years, then I do something. Normally I will do 2 years, then I'm kind of get bored, because when I do it, I put a lot of effort and time and energy, and then probably after 2 years I'm getting bored and getting sick of it. So after that, it will normally into the maintaining mood. So also, I start write my books, my autobiography 2 years ago as well, because it's so intense. I do it every day. So after one month, that's enough. So I haven't picked it up since. That is not the things I have to do after 2 years time. But I wasn't doing that for 2 years. So that's something down the road. So, but progress track, certification, also YouTubing. Also, if it's possible down the road, in the long run, I will do the official, tests like the A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, all those certified tests. But no rush for me. I just want to do that in the future. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to try to speak some Spanish after a little bit of listening and speaking and writing for about a week, less than a week. I'm going to take another video next week, see is better, my spell and my pronunciation better or not. But at the moment today, It's just like very beginning. So I will stick to Spanish, and there is Spanish, Latin Spanish, but I will prefer Spanish, okay? But there's more resources on Mexico Spanish, but I don't know. And also they say Mexican and Argentina Spanish a little bit slower because with the influences of the USA and Canada, USA mainly. So their Spanish is a little bit more slower and with more English. And Spanish is faster and probably have a little bit more influence from French and Italian because they are the three brother or four brother. Okay, so French, Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese. But anyway, let me record my very authentic, very beginning Spanish. So the first one will be hello, hola, hola. ¿Cómo está? Bien, gracias. Bien. ¿Cómo uno? Me uno. Menuo. See? My name is, I still can't say because there is double L there. So, me amo. Menu. Alright. Okay. So, I don't get that yet. So good mornings is buenos días. Good afternoon, buenas tardes. So the R, I don't get it yet. And good evening, buenos muchos. Good night, buenos muchos. So buenos muchos. So great, genial, a bit like French, eh? And nice to meet you. What I learned yesterday, the Chinese translation was like concert, but in nice to meet you is in Spanish, gusto de conocer. I don't know how to say that, not enough practice. So that is my Spanish, maybe yes, sí, no. What else? Por favor, please. Por favor, please. Thank you, gracias. I think thank you, I can kind of say it without thinking. So, hola, gracias, por favor, and the last one, adios. Thank you for watching. I see you next time. Adios. 再见. Goodbye. Oh, see, I forgot French. Merci beaucoup. 谢谢. 再见.